Hi guys, and welcome back to the Player YouTube channel. And today we've got another one in our series, Owners and Their Cars, and this one in particular is rather lovely. This is a Jaguar XJS Convertible, and it's owned by a lovely guy sitting in there called Trevor, and he's going to show me all around this car, tell me a little bit about its history and why he loves the Jaguar XJS. What a lovely place to do it in. Let's crack on. Right, so here we are. Trevor, thanks first of all for inviting me up to see this beautiful car. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. Tell me a little bit about how long have you owned this car?
I've owned it only 2 or 3 years, but I've always wanted a Jag. I've had a Jag from new, the XJS, but not the convertible. I had the coupe when they first came out new, but I've always liked the convertible and decided to get one a few years ago.
And tell me, what's the specification on this car?
This is a 4-litre straight 6. It's reputed to be as fast as the E-Type Jag, and from that point of view, plus its aesthetic looks, I think it's a great car.
I think it's a beautiful looking car. What year is it?
This is a 1993.
Oh, okay. And has it had many owners? Has it had a hard life, or is it?
No, it's been pretty well maintained. It originally was sold by Sunningdale Motors, the Jaguar agents in Surrey. And since I've had it, it's had a complete check over by a specialist company in East Anglia, and they passed it as probably one of the best they've ever seen. In fact, they said it'd be difficult to find a better one in the UK.
Wow. And are there many of these left in existence, or is it a very rare car?
When you consider how many were made, they are dropping down now in the numbers that are left.
Right.
But so they're still available. There's still quite a few of them, but in various degrees of condition.
I think where I'm sort of going with that is that would this be a good investment if you were thinking of buying your first classic car?
Whether it's a first classic car, I don't know, but as an investment it should be, because apparently the situation is that there are more E-types registered in the UK than there are XJS convertibles. And on that basis one would expect, on the supply and demand basis, that the value would start climbing quite dramatically, as in fact it has.
And so, I mean, if you're investing in a classic car, for example, something like this in particular, what are the sort of key things that you should look for when you're buying a car of this age?
Well, first of all, it's been properly maintained. Preferably you've got a full service history, or at least one which matches a full service history, and that in fact the engine condition is good, and of course the important thing is there is no rust.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it pays to perhaps, when you're going to view one of these cars, to take you know, an expert with you, a mechanic or somebody.
It's a good idea if you don't know too much about it yourself. You know, having sort of been interested in classic cars all my life, I know really where to look for any problems. And did quite a bit of research before I looked at this one, and knew exactly what I was looking for. Yeah,
I suppose that does make a big difference if you've had a number of classic cars, you've got the experience of owning these.
Yeah.
Do they cost more to insure because they're more valuable?
No, in fact the insurance is incredibly reasonable, because it is insured as a classic car on a limited mileage, and that mileage at the moment is limited to 5,000 miles. But I don't do anywhere near 5,000 miles on this car a year as a classic. Probably, if I do a couple of thousand, that's as much as I'm likely to do.
And I presume you only take it out on lovely days like today, where it's warm and sunny.
Exactly. Any sort of sign of rain, it just doesn't go out.
Yeah, no, I don't. And you keep it in a garage, obviously.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep, that's right.
And I mean, obviously, you're not doing the 5,000 miles. So, I mean, will the car just sit there and it's quite happy, or do you need to attend to it on a regular basis?
Being a classic car enthusiast, I never stop messing about.
Right.
I can always find something to do. So I should say every week I do something.
Right.
Not necessarily needed, but just for my own satisfaction.
Right, yeah. And I noticed this is a automatic gearbox. Is that standard with this particular model? Or?
No, well, in fact, most of them are automatics, but in fact, it is possible to have a 5-speed manual.
Okay.
And there are people who prefer it. I'm like that. I'm not really sure whether I'd prefer a manual. I quite enjoy this. the XJS I had when it was new many years ago was a manual. I think I actually prefer this to drive than the manual.
Okay. And what I've noticed, there's a couple of bits and pieces here, some buttons which I'm unfamiliar with. Speed control. I mean, what is that?
Well, that's like your normal control you get now on today's more modern cars, where you can set your speed when you're on a motorway at 60 miles an hour.
Cruise control.
Cruise control.
Yeah, I get it. And we've got 2 ashtrays in here.
Yeah, well, of course, that's right. Not these days, you don't see many of them being used.
No, I mean, it's very rare you even see an ashtray these days.
And there is a cigar lighter there as well.
Yeah, I've got a proper cigar lighter and everything.
That's in here.
Okay. And do you have, I mean, it has electronic windows, I can see that.
Yep.
And
electronic seats.
Oh, yeah.
Electric seats.
Electric seats. Look, all on here on the side, which is lovely. And look at this. This is walnut.
Yep, that's right.
And this isn't plastic. This is real.
It's genuine veneer. Yep.
That's lovely, isn't it? Yep. And do you have aircon?
Yep, full aircon. Yep.
I had to ask that.
Everything's on it. Everything.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
So, value for money. What currently are these cars going for? What are they worth?
Well,
it doesn't have to be this particular one.
No, that's right. I mean, if you look on the classic car magazines and the various classic car that are for sale on the internet, they seem to vary. I've seen them as high as over 40,000, but you also, depending on condition, of course, I've seen them down around about sort of 20. I think a reasonably good one, being fair, one probably similar to this, I reckon is probably worth 23,000, something like that.
Pounds, UK pounds.
UK pounds, yeah.
And we'll also mention, sorry to interrupt, this is a right-hand drive car, so it's registered in the UK.
Yep. Originally registered in the UK right from
new.
A lot of them are imports now. There are a lot of them around which are imports, some which have come in from America, which obviously are left-hand drive, but also some from Japan.
Oh, right, okay.
And they, generally speaking, aren't as good, in my opinion, again.
In your humble opinion.
That's right.
Well, I mean, sitting in here, it's almost nostalgic. It reminds me of, like, I feel like I'm going to a board meeting of a very expensive, company, and maybe we're going to have lunch with someone, and
that's right.
And then afterwards we'll share a cigar on the way home and celebrate the deal that we've done.
Well, I'd like to be able to share a deal with you, yes.
I bet you would. Well, I mean, what we need to do really is get this out on the road. Is it all right to go out and have a spin in it?
Yes, of course, yeah. Run wherever you like. We go for a spin, you can see how it performs.
Well, let's crack on with it, because is it legal in here to have a seatbelt on? Or illegal if you don't?
You have got to have a seatbelt on,
okay.
And there's a seatbelt there.
I thought it might be that old that we didn't need to wear one.
No, it's not that old. No, it's only 1993. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, on that note, guys, we're going to take this for a spin. You're going to join us using the GoPro, and also our lovely cameraman who's going to follow us through a lovely village where Trevor lives, and you'll get some proper shots of this car. So I'll get my seatbelt on, you take a break a second, and I'll catch you up after the edit. Oh, that sounds nice.
Yes, not bad.
Wow, here we go. Oh, this is absolutely lovely, and what a beautiful day to do it in as well. We've had some hot weather, haven't we, in the UK the last few weeks?
Certainly, yeah, it still is hot too.
What's the turning circle like on this?
Well, there you are, you can see.
That's pretty good. It's quite a long car,
for a big car, it's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, this is cracking. Lovely. Well, let's take it for a spin then.
We will.
Wow. So quiet, isn't it, sat here?
Yes.
I didn't realise.
Yeah. But you'll get a lovely purr from the engine when we're running along.
Yeah. That's really nice. Oh yeah, I can hear it now. And you don't get a lot of wind noise, do you? It's quite sedate, and we've got the windows down as well.
Yep.
So absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
I think if you'd like to just give us a little run round, that'd be fantastic, Trevor. Really appreciate this as well. It's such a nice feeling. Look, people are actually stopping in the street to look at us. Hi there. It's lovely. Wow. It's almost like people respect a car of this age, don't they? It's like,
they do.
Wow, that car's still running. I think it's absolutely smashing. Lovely. Well, Trevor, the only thing I think really before we finish, and I thank you once again for having me here today. It's been fantastic.
It's a pleasure.
You mentioned earlier to me about the difference between the V6 and the V8, or the straight 6 and the V8.
That's right.
And what was the main difference? Because I've always loved the V8, to be honest with you.
Well, the V8 is okay, but the six-cylinder engine is the preferred one now, because it gives the performance, gives up to 150 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But also giving you, if you're handling the car properly, 24 miles to the gallon. Whereas with the V8, you'll be very lucky if you get 12 miles to the gallon.
That's incredible.
So you can see the difference.
Yeah, huge.
And the same sort of performance. So now the 4-litre straight 6 is the most desirable, or it seems to be anyhow.
4-litre straight 6.
Yep.
Either way, to me, this car sounds and runs absolutely beautiful. Now, sadly, I believe you're selling this, aren't you? Do you want to save some of your valuable petrol and turn your engine off now if you want? I know I love listening to it. So
yeah.
you are actually selling.
Yes, unfortunately, because the situation is I'm now 85 and
get out of here.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
85.
And in fact,
do they still allow you to drive at 85?
Surprisingly enough, just.
Should have told me that before you took me for a run in it. I'd have upped my insurance.
But no, the situation is that I'm finding more difficulty getting in and out, and
Sure.
I've had it for a few years. It's what I wanted, and I've thoroughly enjoyed owning it. I've had great fun with it. Been to a lot of shows, found the cars admired by a lot of people. But now's the time to move on. Whether I get something else, another classic car or not, who knows? But
yeah.
At the moment, I think no. I'll just give it a rest for a time.
You can have a rest for a little while.
That's right.
Well, it's a great shame for you, but it's a gain for the classic car industry, because this car, guys, is up for sale.
Well, hopefully someone will get a really good bargain with this, because it's concours, it's perfect nick, everything has been checked, and hopefully it goes to the right buyer eventually.
Well, guys, if anyone is interested out there, www the player down here, you can contact us on any of the comments as well, because I was going to say, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. So one of your comments, if you want to know anything or me to put you in touch with Trevor, just mention it in the comments below. More than happy to do that if you are, Trevor.
Yes,
I believe you are selling it on Facebook, aren't you, as well?
Yes, it's been put on Facebook, yes.
And where is it on Facebook? Classic Cars.
I think it's Classic Cars UK.
Okay, yep. Classic Cars UK. There you go, guys.
That's right.
Right, well, all it leaves me to say is thanks for watching, guys. This has been another episode with owners and their cars. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed Trevor's company, and I've thoroughly enjoyed having a good look around this beautiful XJS. It is absolutely stunning. Don't forget, we're not a one-trick pony. We are part of a bigger organisation called The Player, and if you look down here now, www.theplayer.co.uk, go there, you will get a chance to have a free look at our bookazine. It's 200 pages of everything that guys love. Trevor's an avid subscriber, aren't you, Trevor?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
And you can get that for free if you watch YouTube. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next week with another car.
Well done. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Done.